What's going on, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters? It's your boy, the Truth 31. Hit like, subscribe for all that DC goodness on your face, neck, and chest. And today, I am reviewing a fan favorite among many, many people, and that's a girls' night out featuring Batgirl and Supergirl teaming up against the female antagonists and protagonists, which is, very monumental because I believe this was the first time that an all female and all protagonists and antagonists appeared in a show. There's no Batman, there's no Superman, there's no male characters other than Harvey Bullock, who appears later on in the episode. But this was basically a female centric episode, which was pretty unique. And back then when I was watching this, I wasn't even aware of that. I just figured like, oh, Batgirl, Supergirl teaming up. Okay, that's cool. We had our Batman and Superman crossover, which was epic, and this was like a fun episode that features Batgirl, Supergirl, who I believe never really interacted with one another before. So this was pretty cool. And on this day, 22 years ago, god damn, I'm old, bro. Can you believe that? 22 years ago, on October 17th, 1998, for all you little kids out there. The episode Girls Night Out aired on television, directed by Kurt Gaeta, written by Hilary J. Bader. And of course, this episode follows the adventures of, our favorite protagonists, Batgirl and Supergirl, teaming up together for the first time to, basically fight against Livewire, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn. Of course, Livewire breaks out of the asylum, which is like happens on a daily basis on every one of these episodes, and she teams up with Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy to take down Gotham City, and the same usual basic plot: take down the bad guys and try to take over the city and stuff like that. And this was a fun episode because there was no Batman and Superman. I think in the show, the explanation was, Batman was out of town and Superman was out of town. And there's a fun little, banter between Batgirl and Supergirl, not Batgirl, Batman and Supergirl, where Batman calls, the residence of Clark Kent. And of course, Kara lives there, and she picks up and she's like, "Who's this?" It's like, "Hi, is Clark there?" It's like, "No, but can I could take a message." And like, "Who's this?" And Batman says, "A friend." I was like, "Oh, that's sweet," And it was like a nice little thing because we never, because Batman is such a brooding bastard that the fact that Batman says a friend, I was like, wow. I was like, that was pretty cool. Like I never like noticed that before. So I don't know if that's like an homage to Superman 1978, but whatever, I'll go with it. And of course, Supergirl's intrigued. She's like, "What's going on? Is it there's crime spree in Gotham, huh? Interesting." And of course, Supergirl flies out to Gotham City, and Batgirl, is taking on the crime by herself. And this is where they first meet each other, Supergirl and Batgirl. And there's tension there, but not as much tension as there was with Batman and Superman, because obviously there's a little bit of tension between Batgirl and Supergirl because they don't know each other. So like, well, who are you? Who are you? But of course, over the course of the episode, they start to gain each other's trust, and they like each other and stuff like that, and they like working together. So again, the banter between these two characters was a lot of fun and stuff like that. So, and I love like the little relationship that they start building with one another, because of course during the course of this episode, Batgirl falls prey to one of Poison Ivy's little plant things, which is always weird. And of course Supergirl saves her life and takes her back to the Batcave, and Batgirl tries to get better and recuperate and stuff like that, and Batgirl's like, what, all right, I'm feeling a little bit better now. It's time for us to to really like take this thing seriously, because we need better communication if we're gonna stop the Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, and Livewire. So of the course of the episode, they team up once again. They fight Harley Quinn. They put down Livewire. With the usual stuff with water as a weakness. And they stop Poison Ivy, and they stop Harley Quinn. And of course, they team up and they won. Of course, they're gonna win because it's a kids show. Wait, you think they're gonna fucking lose? Come on, now it's a kids show. They ain't never gonna lose. It's not gonna be that dark. And of course, and they beat them up, and they take it off to jail. And there's a nice little moment between at the end, which is my thumbnail of Supergirl and Batgirl in robes, and they're eating ice cream and they're watching the news. And Harvey Bullock, who's always a curmudgeon most of the time, he actually gives a compliment to Batgirl and Supergirl. It's like, hey, you know what, they're not maybe they're not as good as Batman and Superman, but I see potential. And of course, they high five, and that's how the episode ends. So again, it's a cute episode. It's a fun episode. It's not obviously it's not the best episode ever made, but it's a fan favorite, and it resonates with a lot of kids, a lot of even like male adults, especially like with the female audience who love these characters, and it resonates a lot with them. So again, it's cool. I loved it. It resonates with me because I grew up with this, so it's a fan favorite for sure. And it's a really fun episode. So if you haven't watched it, buy Batman the Anime Series on Blu-ray. Watch this episode because it's a fun episode. It's a cute episode. So I highly recommend it. So anyway, those are my thoughts on Girls Night Out. Smash that like button, my beautiful DC brothers and sisters. Subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. Let's continue having a DC conversation as always. Always taking video suggestions. So if you have one, if you're interested in me doing a video, just hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And as always, baby, truth out.